story: The Rise of John. John was a poor man who lived in a small, quiet village. His house was tiny, with a broken roof and walls made of mud. He had no money, no proper clothes, and no shoes on his feet. The people in the village mocked him. "Look at John, he's so useless," one man would say. "He'll never amount to anything," others laughed. John tried to stay strong, but their words hurt deeply. Every evening, he would sit by the river and cry, asking himself, "Why is my life like this?" One day, John decided he would change his life. He said to himself, "They can laugh now, but I will work hard and prove them wrong." John began doing odd jobs around the village. He cleaned the market, helped farmers in their fields, and carried water for the elders. The work was hard, and the pay was small, but he saved every coin he earned. The villagers still laughed. "Why is John working so hard? He'll never leave this village," they said. But John ignored them. He kept working, kept saving, and kept believing in himself. One afternoon, while John was carrying heavy firewood to the market, he saw a car stuck in the mud. Inside was a man in a neat suit. He looked worried. John quickly dropped the firewood and helped push the car. It was hard work, but eventually the car moved. The man, Mr. James, stepped out and said, "Thank you, young man. You are very kind. What is your name?" "My name is John," he replied shyly. Mr. James smiled. "You are hardworking, John. Would you like to come work for me in the city?" John couldn't believe his ears. He nodded eagerly. John moved to the city and started working for Mr. James's small business. At first, he cleaned the office and ran errands. But John didn't just work hard, he also learned. He listened to how Mr. James talked about business, and he watched how deals were made. After a few years, John had saved enough money to start his own small business. He sold fruits and vegetables, and he worked harder than ever before. Slowly, his business grew. He opened a shop, then another, and soon he was one of the most successful businessmen in the city. One day, John decided to visit his village. This time, he wasn't the poor man everyone mocked. He drove into the village in a shiny car, wearing a neat suit and shiny shoes. The villagers were shocked. "Is that John?" they whispered. The same people who had laughed at him ran to greet him. "Welcome back, John," they said, smiling nervously. John smiled back. "I came back to help," he said. John used his money to improve the village. He repaired the broken well so everyone could have clean water. He gave farmers seeds and tools. He built a school for the children and started a health center. The villagers felt ashamed for how they had treated him. "John, we are sorry," they said. John forgave them. "It's okay," he said. "What matters is how we grow and help each other." From that day, John was not just the richest man in the village. He was also the most loved and respected. This story reminds us to never judge or mock someone for where they are in life. With hard work, faith, and kindness, anyone can rise above their struggles and shine.